It was crazy. Definitely one of the more challenging assignments I've had. You spend 5 days in total darkness all by yourself. And many ask, why in the heck would you do this? And we'll definitely talk about that. But to capture this story, just to give you a little bit of a perspective, I put infrared cameras around the room on day 1. That's integration day. But after day 1, the cameras came down and I documented it all using an audio recorder. And here is a look at all of that. Austin, what do you think of what I'm about to do?
Just a standard Pascucci experience.
My unfazed husband drops me at the airport for what will be one of the more uncomfortable assignments I've had. I fly to the Oregon wilderness to Sky Cave to experience what's known as a darkness retreat. What I'm about to do goes against every ounce of any human's instinct. You live in pitch black, 24 hours a day for days, in my case 5.
Just shut the door. You could drink the water. This is where we'll exchange food.
Is there a panic button?
No, but you could just walk out.
No light, no phone, no podcast, just you, alone with your thoughts. This ancient practice was embraced by Tibetan Buddhists, ancient Egyptians, and recently, star quarterback Aaron Rodgers. In fact, he stayed in this same cave. So when you turn off the light, this is what it looks like in here to the naked eye. Sky Cave Dark Retreats owner Scott Berman explains a question you're likely wondering.
Why? Why do people go into the darkness? There's people who have anxiety and PTSD and feel that being in a space that is free of stimulation and will allow their nervous system to soften. People who had loved ones recently pass. People who just want to slow down, who want a tech detox.
Starting on a Sunday, I get 24 hours to practice living in the darkness and get my bearings.
If I come in here and it's pitch black and I'm just feeling around.
That's when I record all this video on infrared cameras.
So I can try to capture what's happening in every part of the room.
But Monday, the cameras come down.
I'm about to go in. I don't think I've ever been this scared for something.
With that, the 5 days of uninterrupted darkness begins. I did capture the entire experience on audio.
Dear Lord, please give me the courage, the strength to see this through to Friday.
I started the days with a routine.
Meditating, taking my vitamins, journaling a couple times, playing the drum, dancing a little, singing. I've been restless and kind of tossing and turning for I don't even know how long. And it's probably only 9:30.
9:39, according to the timestamp on the audio recording. Then all there was to do was sit there and think.
It's interesting how time doesn't really exist here.
I wrote in my journal, I'm almost too scared to talk.
Scott still hasn't come for his 8:30 a.m. Did I miss him, or is it still the middle of the night?
Scott's daily food drop-offs helped me orient the time of day.
Does everyone look forward to this so much when you come?
Yes.
It's like the highlight of their day, right?
Yes.
I haven't rested this much in my entire life. It's really powerful to slow down like this.
Ask yourself, who is the thinker? Who is the thinker? That's a good question for yourself. Is there even a thinker? Or are there just thoughts?
So if I was feeling safe and kind of calm earlier, I feel like the darkness is starting to break me a little, like in the way that it's meant to, with an assist from Mother Nature. As we speak, my phone is turned off below my bed. If I really wanted to, I could turn it on and find out the time. So the fact that I'm not doing that, I mean, I think it's because I'm committed to this process.
It's a beautiful day. And if I can feel that it's a beautiful day in here, I can change my state. By day 5, I definitely felt different. Hello?
Hi, Christina.
I almost don't want to leave because I don't want to lose this feeling.
For the first time in 5 days, I'm about to see light.
I honestly wasn't sure if I'd be able to do it.
So does it work? Well, the hundreds of people who have come through Sky Cave would probably say yes. For me, I did feel changed.
It's a reminder of who you are when all this external stimuli is stripped away.
What you got in there was like a real exploration of like what matters most.
It was one of the hardest things I've done, but the darkness will bring you back to yourself.
So crazy to watch and relive. Right now, there are researchers trying to secure funding to research all the impacts around this. Some call it a promising therapeutic tool. Can we recommend it? We're not doctors, but it's not for the faint of heart, I'll say that.
I admire you for doing something like that, because sometimes the scariest thing, honestly, can be like being there alone with your thoughts.
Oh, it is the scariest thing, especially all of us being in news. We're used to filling the silence and talking, and I'm petrified of the darkness.
Yeah.
So to be in that environment with no stimulation.
Are you still
scared of the dark?
Yeah.
I like actually to seek it out more. You know, like usually when I sleep at night, there's a lot of light.
Right.
But I have a little mask that I try to put on now to block it out because it makes me sleep so much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to do this experience?
Yeah, so it's actually not that bad. It was $2,000 for the whole week, and that includes these 2 therapy sessions. They kind of integrate you in, tell you what to expect. They do some like checking in with what you want to heal, and then afterwards they do a follow-up to kind of decompress.
So, like, as the story was running, you were telling us that this actually changed your life. So tell me, like, how did that change your life?
Yeah, it just made me think of things so much differently. I mean, when was the last time you even didn't look at your phone for a full day, let alone a whole week, and no external stimulation? You can't read, you can't. There's actually a lot of thought leaders who say that they schedule time in their day to do nothing for an hour or just have just space to be with their mind. And that is incredibly powerful. I also want to say, when I recorded some of that video, you could see some lights or shadows.
Yeah.
That's all infrared camera. To the naked eye, you could not see a thing, even when the cameras were on day 1.
Wow.
So I thought that was
what were you thinking in the time you're spending? Like what? Because I mean, your mind. Are you thinking about your past? Are you thinking about your future? What are you thinking?
Everything under the sun and then more, and thoughts I didn't even realize I could ever have. I'm thinking about my past. I felt very close to my grandmother, who was one of the dearest people to me in my life, who passed away. I felt her presence. I thought about who I want to be as a human and who I have been, and, you know, facing different fears, and, you know, it was my family, my future. You know, there's a few more things maybe in the next few days that will be revealed that I think were a result of this too.
Interesting.
Wow.
I was joking, but I'm serious. I'm like, I don't want to be alone with my thoughts because I'm afraid of because there's so much in there. Like, I guess I don't let it out, but that's the whole point of this.
That's how we all are. You know, we fill those spaces and those silences with like different thoughts and try to keep ourselves going every day to sit with yourself.
It's powerful. There was one more takeaway, and I don't know if we even have the time, but so there was this time that I was actually sobbing over something. I was mourning some trauma that had happened earlier in my life. And when I went up to get some tea, and I stopped myself and I said, wait, no, that's a distraction from actually feeling. So that I sat there and I felt deeper into it, and then I realized it wasn't even what I was mourning, it was something else completely.
Wow.
So anyway, I know we got to go.
Only you can do this. Let me just
show you guys can do it.
No, amazing. All right, well, we'll tune in to see what's to come with you coming up later.